This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Lord have mercy. Whoa, well.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Percy's Island Games, Pinder Tile, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
I know they try to use me and abuse me. I leave them with the frown. The work goes by so long on them plantation, and me never get paid. Or gold they stole away, how many life them slay. Now them works just slap them in them face. Why are yes, you are your crew can go too well. Cause after we know under you colonial spell, and all those false doctrine that you compel. Hey, all those kids you led astray. Wait on your judgment day. Bobby wrong, me bona fire pan a weekend. Babylon and the freezer coulda never get me down. And though they tried to use me and abuse me, I leave them with a frown. Me bona fire pan a weekend. Babylon and the freezer coulda never get me down. And though they tried to use me and abuse me, I leave them with a frown. See ya, get to youth me and make you be wise. Cause pirates them we strike by night. I want come trick you with them black and white. Whoa Lord, hey. But be careful what you sign. Cause some things get you victimized. And it will get
you got it logged and loaded to the Monday, January 6th, 2025 edition of Talking Heads. And I guess this is the first official one for 2025. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. All the best to you and yours for a prosperous 2025. I hope you had a great holiday season. Bump and grind. You know, like I always tell you, all work and no play makes you a dull person. All play and no work makes you broke. Well, it's January. Yeah, you know how that go. Back to work we all go. But like I said, we got lots to talk about. It is Monday. And if you want to chime in, well, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC. 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Toll free in any one of the family islands. 242-300-5720. 242-300-5720. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. All right. You know, we will be going to Abaco today. It is Monday. And on the flip side of the break, during the buzz, brought to you by John Shoes, we'll be chiming in with Roscoe Thompson from Abaco, getting everybody up to snuff as to what's going on in Abaco, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But before we get to that, if you're going to chime in, you know we need to address the headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
And here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views that matter since 1844. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. A new era. New police chief promises to weed out bad apples. Story by Tanika Thompson. Fernanda, I left office with integrity intact. Oh, the irony. Story also by Tanika Thompson. PM defends decision on 2 deputy commissioners. Story by Rachel Scott. Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis labeled quitting Michael Pintard over the decision to appoint Anthony Roll as a 2nd deputy commissioner of police. Disappointing and unhelpful. I was disappointed, though not terribly surprised to learn. Let me get to A6 now because I don't want to misquote it. No. There's A5. That the leader of the opposition has chosen to be in full attack mode rather than playing a more constructive role, said Davis in a statement yesterday. Read more on that. What else is going on? Sewage leak leads to closure at Montague Park. Listen, they need to close Montague Park. And if you're talking about that situation, if you can't get that under control, close it. But also by Betty Cole Park, by the foot of the bridge. Why is it that as soon as you pass Betty Cole Park, you get the essence of international manure from there until the stoplight by the bridge? And Montague was ripe on the weekend too. I cannot lie. You got to do better with that, man. You look around and say, boy, things stink, but you don't have to literally smell it in and, okay. But like I said, we got lots to talk about in the buzz coming up on the flip side of the break, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to take that break right now, and on the flip side of the break, we're going to get into the buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. Caller, I see you. Hold tight. We'll pick you up on the flip side of the break. The Monday, January 6th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Me bona fire pan a week at Babylon and the free talk could I never. Though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. The work goes for so long and them plantation, and me never get paid.
Crunch your KFC craving with a KFC value box for just $9.95. Get a piece of our golden fried chicken, crispy fries, cheesy mashed potatoes, 3 juicy white meat nuggets, a buttery biscuit, a sweet dessert biscuit, and a 16-ounce soda, all for just $9.95. Now that's a deal. Order online or WhatsApp hi to 557-3663 to grab your KFC value box today. Big flavor, bigger value, and always KFC. Finger licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more research, means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Here's a price list of some of the roofing material we carry at Pinda Enterprises. 5/8 pressure-treated roofing ply starting at $36.68. Grace Select Water Shield, $134.20 a roll. Felt, 15 pounds, $16.50. 30 pound, $19.80. Owens, Corning Duration Shingles, and Certain Teed Landmark Shingles, $56.56 a bundle. Gallon of roof cement, $33.47. All sizes treated dimensional lumber. And of course, we have all nails and all screws. We have 5/8 sheetrock, $28.76. Half-inch sheetrock, $22.18. All prices include VAT.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for the buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John Shoes.
Lord have mercy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, well. People na fire, pana we got Babylon and the free talk could have never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Me bona fire pana we got Babylon and the free talk could have never get me down. And though they try to use me.
We're back at you on the Monday. It's your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Let's get down to Abaco. Let's touch base with Roscoe Thompson, as we do each and every Monday, man. Happy New Year, Roscoe. Glad to have you back on in 2025. All the best to you and the fam. I hope you had a great holiday season, a great Christmas, a great New Year, and I hope you got a good time to be pumping and taken care of and treated like the king that you are, my brother.
I don't know about that, but Happy New Year, Bahamas.
Hey, it could happen. We could wish for it, right, brother?
Yeah. No, it's a good Christmas, nice, quiet New Year, so can't really complain.
I had the same very quiet, lovely time with my family, with MJ and the boys. You know, when you get them off in school and they come home, you miss the big guy. You know what I mean? And
I know.
MJ always makes Christmas awesome. Awesome wife I have. It was a great Christmas. So I really appreciate it. I'm glad you had the same kind, you know, with family and friends. And how'd your mom do? I know she enjoyed Christmas. It's that time of year.
She's doing good. I'm hoping to get down into Nassau in January to see her and my grandmother. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. She might have me in studio one day for the show.
There you go, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But now we're here in 2025, and boy, I tell you, we got lots to talk about.
Boy, we in a world of trouble. That's all.
Dear God. You take a couple of weeks off to celebrate the holidays, and boy, I mean, the ish just keeps hitting the fan over and over and over again.
Yeah, did you see that article about that with the Jamaican, the $20 million borrowed from that company, or was that fake news?
I was still trying to get to the bottom of it, Roscoe, because it hit me as kind of like, I couldn't believe it at first. And not in a bad way, but I'm like, dear God, I have to make sure this is true.
But I mean, yeah, and that's the thing about it. If it is, isn't that something that has to go through Parliament?
Well, anytime I hear about it on social media, Roscoe, I have to investigate because, you know, we Bahamians love to lie, especially on social media.
Yeah.
But if there is smoke, there is inevitably fire. And obviously, you know, there's procedures to that and protocols to that. And they've been breached. Then we need to know.
And what about our and congratulations to Knowles becoming the new COP, Chief of Police.
Yep. Shanta Knowles is the brand new Commissioner of Police.
Yep.
A lot of people say, you know, well deserved. You know,
we wait to see. I mean, I think she's a no-nonsense person.
She's got a great resume so far. Let's see where it goes. And then there's something I'm sure you had a chuckle at. Another headline that I had a chuckle at, and all I could say is, oh, the irony. Fernanda, I left office with integrity intact.
Yeah, he left with integrity. Smeared. His name is no longer. I shouldn't say that, but it's he's got some smear to his name. Everything that's happened under his watch, and then he's made an ambassador. Is that true in what I've heard?
I've been hearing some of the same things.
Oh boy, I hope it ain't to the U.S.
No, I doubt that. But you know, it's ironic that several officers, including former, you know, Chief of Police, Mr. Fernanda, the government, they got the settlement, the undisclosed settlements.
Yeah.
They were returned to their jobs, and now they get to retire with full pension.
Yeah.
Things good.
What is
Things good. I mean, even
dipping.
Mr. Johnson on garden leave.
That
got to resign with full benefits.
That you get to resign. Speaking of Johnson, you resign with full benefits, and you know it's sent on to the prosecutor's office to look at.
You hear the loopholes with the silver linings, but you never hear the consequences or the punishments or the penalties. You know.
And then you wonder why in our country, when people see that, they think they're above the law, they can do what they want, because the message is being sent down that, hey, I can do this and I can get away with it. So, the average person says, hell, if they could do it, why can't I?
And I'm telling you, I mean, there's two things we definitely don't need in this country. Extrajudicial killings and vigilantism and vigilante justice. It doesn't work out.
Nope. No, it doesn't. No.
So
well, let me give you a little update in Abaco. The roof is on. They got windows inside the shelter.
Stop it.
Yeah, they have. It looks like ice and water shield down on the top. So they are long, a little slow, but they are moving along. One thing I would like to see is, and I said it in the Tribune the other day, is a little more housing over here. Not so much done by government, but maybe a PP partnership.
No, but Roscoe, weren't we being fed and spoon-fed information from housing that so many houses were being built in Abaco?
Yeah, but there hasn't been. I mean, I think there might be 6 or 8, if that many, that have been done. Remember, a couple were under an agreement with Baker's Bay, and I don't know what happened with those.
I'm just saying,
but
for all the talk that I've heard from this administration about putting homes in Abaco, despite us talking every week and knowing the red tape
we are
and the constraints about doing things in Abaco and what we needed and lack of housing and so on and so forth, I'm glad to know that there's still room for some PP, public partner partnerships, partnerships and getting some housing up there.
Yeah,
because
it's not
you still
like
need it for teachers, you still need it for doctors, you still need it for police, immigration,
teachers,
customs, so on and so forth.
Workers. I mean, it's just not. It's needed in general, in that regards. It's I got people asking me, "Hey, Roscoe, anywhere 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom, that's not over 2,000, 2,500. It's very difficult to find right now." And, you're paying top dollar here in Central Abaco for, a 2 bedroom. And a lot of people that did have rental units before, they turned them into Airbnbs or VVROs. So, they make more money in that way than, a long-term rental. And we are lacking that sector of housing that we desperately need over here.
And that's something that we've been talking about for going on 2 years on this show, Roscoe.
For 2 years, my friend. For 2 years. It's like everything came to a standstill in Abaco after this administration came in. I hate to say it like that. I know people say I complain, but it we got a Pelican Road shore paved, the start of the shelter, but in regards to real development or real roads, street lights, things like that still are lacking here in Abaco. It's baffling. It's mind-boggling.
I'm telling you that the more things change, the more they stay the same, Roscoe.
It seems that way. Well, we had local government nominations today. I know Nassau does not have that opportunity to get involved in local government, but we had nominations throughout the rest of the Family Island. So it will be interesting to see. I don't think we have an election in Marsh Harbor. It's uncontested. I think Spring City will have an election and a couple of the other town areas. So it seemed it went pretty smoothly. The only thing that I would ask this administration is to please give us back our $50 from 3 years ago that we never received from the Treasury. It'd be nice to get that back.
Yeah, and I left 50 in your pocket. That's some bear money,
Yeah, well, I don't drink, but yeah.
Well, Vitamalt money then.
All said and done, it was a smooth process, and shout out to the administrators here that handled it and did a job. I don't know how the rest of the Family Islands went, but it went very smoothly here in Abaco.
What about as far as the leaks go? The barge still on the reef?
Barge is still on the reef.
My God. I don't mean to laugh, Roscoe, but if I don't laugh, I'll cry.
Naughty, I don't see it coming off because unless I just don't see it happening. It's too shallow to get equipment up in there to properly cut it right now because it's high, it's pretty shallow in there. So I don't know what it's going to take to get it removed. I figure it'll probably end up breaking up right there, and then they'll try to move it.
So they're going to wait for it to just break up on its own and then remove the debris?
I don't know. I the plan is, but it needs to be dealt with. I can see the problem with getting the equipment in there to cut the barge and the tug and that type of stuff, and it's really difficult where it is located right now. Now, in regards to the leak, that we have not had any diesel smell. Sun Oil has not opened back up that service station yet. I don't know what's going on in regards to that. So we're like everybody else. I guess we just sit and wait.
But how long can you sit and wait?
I don't know, but how many times can you write the minister or message a minister or the PS or whoever it is to, give us a detail on the two spills and what happened, in regards to what their findings were? It's just mind-boggling.
Do you think it's moving goalposts and posturing and positioning so certain entities might be given a slap on the wrist, or maybe not have to deal with the cleanup that should have been dealt with a long time ago?
Yeah, it could be that,
because when you connect the dots, I mean, you could say that certain entities are, favored by certain administrations.
Yeah, I mean, that's a given. And let me tell you, I'm glad to see, a lot of people are saying, I'm glad to see Michael Pintard in the paper and supporting, and still fighting for the people, and getting this accountability and transparency of this administration to show what is going on. I'm in a group in Department of Inland Revenue. A businessman today just said, hey, I went into Department of Inland Revenue. They got 5 windows, one window open. And that happened in the beginning of the new year. Where are the staff? I mean, this is your revenue generating, department. It's frustrating. So I'm glad to see them keeping this administration's feet to the fire. But to me, this administration right now, they just don't care. And I would say that to any sensible person. They just don't care what they're doing. To me, it's they're raping the country, and they're going to get what they can out of it in the next 2 years.
To me, I get the impression like, okay, we see the handwriting on the wall, time to fill up the bag before we got to get out of here.
It's just really, it's really heartbreaking, and I'm not saying that I had hope for the PLP, but I did have some, they had a great game plan and, their blueprint for change and everything, but that went to the wayside, my friend. I mean, scandal after scandal, or,
Listen, Roscoe, on the campaign trail, the PLP had some impeccable BS. They had some Bill Clinton-like BS, all right? It was good. It was really good. But, I look at the situation now with the current leader of the opposition, like you say, holding this administration's feet to the fire on a regular, Mr. White and so on. And I see that definitely the FNM is making traction. And obviously, at some point, just because how this country goes, we haven't evolved and matured to entertain a proper third party or possibly a fourth. So it's going to come back down to the same 2 horses in the race. But I must say something toward the FNM. It cannot be a house divided. Minnesota, you all need to lick your wounds. Let Doc give you all a bandage for your boo-boo. Get out of your feelings. Because the internal, backing and forth, and get over it. The milk is spilt. Get over it. It didn't come out your way. The unpopularity of Dr. Minister speaks volumes. But to have his minions continue to attack Mr. Pintard so frivolously without doing their own research. Like, I had a bunch of them hit me up today. Several reach out to me. Are you going to talk about Mr. Pintard hiring DJ Bling to play at his party, and DJ Bling was just arrested for allegedly, trafficking drugs? I was like, but isn't this the same DJ Bling who's been quite popular for years, who actually played at a bunch of Minnes parties in Freeport too? And potentially some other PLP parties? So why aren't you, with the same fervor and conviction, you want to bellyache about that? Say with the same conviction that this is also the same DJ that played Minnes. And Richard Johnson, you are right with me. Me and you buried the hatchet, but I got to call BS on your BS when I hear it. And Erica Morris, spare me. You know why you don't call me with that drivel. You saved that for Pearlie. And Pearlie done tired of that. So please, don't call me today with that drivel, defending the indefensible, okay? Real talk. And I had to say this because we got to get over the hypocrisy, Roscoe. If we're going to get better in this country, whether you're PLP or FNM, because the PLP got a lot of infighting too. Get over the hypocrisy. Don't
but
waste people's
that's the
time
thing.
putting
I mean,
stupidity out there if you know full well a DJ has played at multiple politicians' parties, including Dr. Minnis, prior.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it. It's just a matter of bygones be bygones. You have a new leadership, a new deputy leader, it's time to move forward. It's not 8 years ago or 7 years ago. Times have changed.
Let's get
you have to evolve.
You have to evolve.
You have to evolve as a party.
An evolution.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't keep insanity is doing the same thing over and over. People say, "Oh yeah, well then don't vote F&M or don't vote PLP." Well, who am I going to vote for? COI? I don't think so, but that's just me.
But we need to get to a point politically where we have matured to entertain other parties. Viable, provided that they're viable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
It can't be one trick pony now. No. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Happy New Year's, Naughty by Nature.
GNN, what's good, man? Happy New Year, man. All the best to you and the fam. How you doing, bro?
Wonderful. Happy New Year's to hold on.
Roscoe.
Happy New Year, GN.
Roscoe. Roscoe. I was just calling to put Roscoe on blast, but he straightened up himself in the final run, where he was giving all these accolades as to what's happening in Abaco right now that Roscoe been crying for us about umpteen years, especially when this administration came in. But he straightened it out, and he said, well, they all they doing is fleecing the Bahamian people. That's true, because I wouldn't have believed Roscoe was going to buy these things. What happened in an election and can start up in a couple of months. You know what I mean? That'll only be the reason why they start up all these things. And you, Naughty, my buddy, my friend, I got to call you out BS too. Because what you say just now, the Bahamian people migrated towards Brave because they had Bill Clinton type of thing. That's BS.
What I said, no, stop. No, stop. Let me tell you. You got to know when I'm being facetious, okay?
Oh, yeah, okay.
I was talking about the BS that was said on the campaign trail. I compared it to the BS of Bill Clinton, another politician that had impeccable BS, that he'd hit you with the BS, you drive 4 or 5 blocks down the road, stop, pull the car over and say, you know what, Bill, you got me. That was some good BS.
Okay, I started to be correct.
Everybody went wholesale monkey flipping on planes, trains, and automobiles to the PLP the last go round because, like I've said on this show numerous of times, and you can testify to it because you've heard me say it was due to the unpopularity of Minnis. And the Minnisites have a hard time believing it. That's why they got their minions today spinning foolishness about this DJ played for Pintard when he full well played for Minnis too.
But Naughty, yes, you're correct, because we broke off running for Minnis. We can take another lockdown right then. But listen, something else I take little issue with, right? We can boil right back down to the same two party. We don't have to, you know.
We do, because we haven't matured enough to identify a party, for lack of a better word, a third party whose leader is a farce. The message is being lost with Mr. Bain when it comes to the COI among intelligent thinking people.
Okay. Let's just, I give.
And some of us who are proficient in BS know BS when we see it. GNN,
okay,
come on, man.
Okay, let's just say I give you that, right? But I know some people in that party.
Well, then maybe they should be put to the forefront, and maybe Mr. Bain should be put to the background, and they'll have a better chance.
Maybe, but I don't think we should crash them up, because people like Dr. MacGyver, oh, Jesus.
Again, the message is being lost because of the leader. Maybe she should be the leader, and the message might resonate a little bit more. Very educated woman. So
yeah, okay.
And if you ask me, her contributions are much more politically savvy than those of Mr. Baines.
Yeah, you see the cat man? Oh, man, impeccable lady, man.
Impeccable lady, but you know how Long Island go.
Yeah, I think Long Island tired, man, because naughty, man, them people ain't fixed that toilet for airport yet. Them people.
Man.
Long Island got to be, like Roscoe say, they got to be insane.
For real. But now what I need you to do is keep me posted in the new year amongst political conspiracy theories. Let's keep an eye on that hospital too, though.
Oh, Yeah. We can start that up.
We ain't gonna let that go quiet. We gotta stay on that.
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, my brother. All the best,
All
man,
right.
GNN. Always good to hear from you, bro. Roscoe, one more call, and I'll get right back to you. Talking Heads.
Hello.
Happy New Year, Sparky.
Man,
What's going on?
Why you want to jump the gun on me? I was supposed to be the one to tell you that first.
Well, there you go. Happy New Year, man. I just
Happy
want to
New
make...
Year to your family and your friends and your lovers.
Back at you. I don't have no lovers. I got my family and I got my friends.
Families and lovers. That's a Bahamian thing. That's what it's all about. We don't have enough population. We don't have enough space.
No, man, Sparky, that's the problem. We've been keeping friends, families, and lovers for too much longer, too many years. That's why we're in the problems we're in
but
today.
see, the problem is it's a Bahamian. They say, what qualifies you to be a Bahamian? How plenty friends, family, and lover that make you qualify to be Bahamian?
No, that's how they make you make you a PLP or F&M or a politician.
Same thing. But the thing is, first of all, Naughty, you know, you and our group, the Masters Best. You know that Willa Francis is in the Masters Best. Now, I found out underneath the cover that Willa told somebody after New Year's he was going undercover. I can't call Willa, no way, no time, in middle of the night, no, the way I could call him any minute of the day. Willa would not.
But you just did, Sparky, and I got to get to this other call.
You win that one. You win that one hands down. I'm a Valley boy. But I didn't want to say congratulations. Will be mad at you. Will come from underneath that closet. Let us say congratulations, big brother. Now the next thing after that now, Naughty. Give him more time now.
You got 2 minutes. You better hurry up. New rules for New Year. Hurry up.
Then Brave come down my house. He tell me come in my yard. He even ain't wait for me to let the dogs go. He come in my yard. Next thing I see him picking up my juju. He come and pick up my juju. He even ask me for my juju. Hey, money bodyguard come down there. 3 bags of juju gone for one for the first lady.
You know why?
Man,
you know why? Because they know as bad as they treat you, they can still come in your yard and take up your juju. Because at the end of the day, you're a hardcore PLP and you love them to death.
Oh, no, Naughty. That is the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. One thing we need to do is respect the office.
Hold on. That's my baseball buddy. Don't come between me and my baseball buddy, okay?
I got that picture with us down at the football game.
That's a football game, so, you know, it is what it is. That's why I like our Prime Minister, because when I get to talk to him, he's let me say what I need to say and call BS where I need to call it.
Oh, God. Now, let's please respect the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, respect the Constitution, respect one another, though you're F&M PLP. What I have a problem with, Naughty, 35. I want to know how come foreigners coming in my country and living better than me.
Talk to your Prime Minister and talk to the Mr. Mitchell. Talk to them. That's where you lost me right there. How foreigner. You know exactly how well. And Sparky, I ain't condoning you talking, but no, that sweetheart foolishness on this show. Don't keep trying to slide it in. Sweetheart can get you here, get you right now. All right? I don't condone that foolishness, brother. Don't try to slide it in and say it's Bahamiana. No. Certain things we need to cut off of that Bahamiana list. You know what I mean? That makes us Bahamians. Roscoe, I got a couple of texts to get to, man. You ready?
Go ahead, buddy.
What a weak clap for the outgoing commissioner when he said he left with his integrity intact. And afterwards, we all noticed the elevated applause for Commissioner Knowles. Naughty, happy New Year to you and Roscoe and your families. Tell Roscoe Grand Bahama don't have no action going on with local government in Grand Bahama. I don't see no voting going on. What's happening?
I'll try to find out, but I do know that there were nominations, you know, all over the place. West End, City of Freeport. And you might be able to touch on that tomorrow with your Freeport report if you...
Yeah, I'll touch base with Sarah and Darren tomorrow in depth for sure. Let me get this other text and then we can get to this call. Listen, Naughty, the only other party that has a shot in this country is the F&M. This is no time to be playing games. The Bahamas cannot, I repeat, cannot take another term of the Davis administration. We've had enough of Mr. and Mrs. Davis. That's Philip and Jobeth. But you all could play on words now. But I think is that not the general sentiment with what a lot of people are hitting you with, Roscoe, when you talk about politics?
That's the sentiment I'm getting, you know. People are just fed up with it.
I'm getting a glaring one and done, and now I'm starting to hear people say, yeah, well, you know, I didn't go the last time, but I come in this time.
Yeah. I mean, even over here in Abaco, bad as Minnis did, Abaco, I think you'll see a bounce back in Abaco for the F&M. And it's just to get rid of and unfortunately, it's to get rid of the PLP, no matter how good of an MP they are. People are just fed up. You have a new leader, Michael Pintard, great speaker, does amazing things in keeping this administration's feet to the fire, him and Shannon and all our sitting MPs. But it seems like we can't get nowhere, or they can't get nowhere, get questions answered in the House. And that's not democracy,
accountability and transparency is alien to this administration right here.
Yeah, but they were the ones who talked so bad about it before, and that they were going to be transparent and accountable, and they are far from it. I mean, how does a court filing, and I do understand to a certain extent why they would want to keep some things quiet, but if the Bahamian taxpayers' dollars are paying out, to Fernanda and all these people for lawsuits, we should have a right to know how much was paid out, because that's our money. That's the taxpayers' money. That's not, Brave Davis's money or Ryan Pinder's. That's public knowledge.
Correct. I agree. And isn't it, a part of the process that MPs or potential MPs declare, so we know how much you're worth when you go in and how much you're worth when you come out?
That is the process. You'll be able to compare.
Because I've seen some $100 heirs and $1,000 heirs come out millionaires at the end of their run.
Correct. I won't comment on one of them, but many years ago in Marathon, I think there was one that...
Not the homie now. Not the homie though.
Was unemployed and then worth $7 million when you come out. Right there should show you, you shouldn't be making that type of money, as an MP. How? On $38,000, even if you were a minister at $100,000 a year, 5 years is a $500,000 if you saved every penny of it. How do you come out, worth $6 or $7 million?
Boy, but without a proper procurement act, without a proper Freedom of Information Act, we get bupkis, we get squadouche.
Yeah.
Let me get to this phone call real quick. Talking Heads.
Yes, Naughty, how you doing, Seattle and Johnson?
Hey, what's going on, Seattle? Happy New Year, man.
Roscoe.
Happy New Year, Seattle.
Naughty, Happy New Year to you too, and all of Abaco. We can come to Abaco. Naughty.
Go ahead.
Did they legalize dope, or are you using the illegal one?
I don't participate in the usage of dope. I don't consider marijuana to be dope. I think marijuana is a natural plant that they should legalize. Is that what you want to talk about? Or are you talking about this dog food some of these politicians aren't talking at the Saturday night?
I'm just saying that if anyone who considers the Coalition of Independence a viable political party, there has to be escape from silence on dope. I mean, nothing the Coalition of Independence says is real. And I challenged them to meet me and let's discuss it. I mean, I was there from the beginning. It's like make-believe. Nothing is in context. Nothing is done. Let me ask you a question, Naughty Man. If I said to you, I just hired a couple of billionaires to advise my new political party, what would you think? Considering the value of a billionaire time.
Depending on who the billionaires were. You know what I mean?
I don't care who they are.
Right, but yeah, I get it. To hire a billionaire, you got to have deep pockets.
I'm saying, but that's what the leader of our coalition said. He hired billionaires to advise them. And so I just want the people to understand is that when you start saying that you're going to give people $100,000 for life, right? When you look at the calculation, it's $60 billion a year. You won't have to pay for land. You won't have to pay for Medicare. You won't have to pay for housing. You won't have to pay for internet. You won't have to pay you loan back if you could take a loan from the bank to start a business, and if you fail, it doesn't matter. We'll give you another chance. All of your free funerals. That's about the only thing they'll give. And so when you begin to add up these different things and the fluctuation, and none of it in isolation makes sense, and it becomes to me like the billionaire status where not billionaire status. Hitler propaganda guy say, tell a lie so grand, You just go, that got to be true. Ain't no way somebody gonna say something that big and grandiose if it's not true. Free homes, free mortgages, free cars, $100,000. Just ask yourself, Naughty, if you just consider, I want you to go to the food store, the gas station, and everything else, right? And then don't forget you're going to deport all the illegals. And so when you go to the gas station, you give every single Bahamian $100,000 a year. How many people will you meet in the food store, at the cashier, bagging this and that and everything else, right? So that means that after you give the 250,000 Bahamians $100,000 each, that means you need to bring 250,000 people in the country to go to work.
Well, speaking of the bargain at the food store and so on and so forth, boy, I tell you, man, that don't.
No, I'm saying, but you can say, but you're not going to go back.
I feel like I'm in the United Nations sometimes.
So you won't be in Kentucky, won't be anything. So that means you bring the foreigners in, right? Then they have children, and so the whole concept, as you say, the Bahamians for Bahamians would be what? And so what this is a fantasy. And so this is why I say, right? I will meet the leader or anyone, and this is another thing, not a single one of the coalitions of candidates can tell you the promises made, now let's fulfill them. Yes, they're candidates, actually to do. Lincoln Bain says, right? We're going to be out with our 2025 campaign and this, whatever. I know it all because I said it first. And I said it correctly, and I never even went to the level of delusion. And I challenged the coalition leadership and everything to go on there live and talk about it, talk about me, so I could break out the evidence for which they were voted from. And we could have a conversation on these things. Because I say to you, the coalition of independents can't tell you where a single natural resources is, not less tell you on how it's going to be converted into these billions, which is essentially in 10 years, $1 trillion. You know, if you take 100 million times it by 10, it's $1 trillion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that in 10 years or 15 years, that we'll be giving away $1 trillion. If you take time to stop and think about it, it's delusional. And so this is why I simply say, why are we even considering them an option? I mean, is insanity now in play? Have you lowered the bar so low that insanity now is done? I tell Bahamians, just stop and ask the Coalition of Independents to us how it will be done. That's all.
Good stuff, Seattle, and I appreciate you, man. I got to Robert Roscoe now, but we'll talk again this week for sure. Always good to hear from you. Let me get this one text in. Naughty, I think Seattle's point is that if the coalition story is true, and like Trump, Lincoln has hired billionaires, then the obvious question must be, what are the billionaires getting in return? What did Lincoln promise them? Good point, Texter. Roscoe, what you got on your wrap-up, man?
Nothing, Naughty. I just hope that, it's that we start moving forward as a country, And I think, as I say every week that I'm on your show, we have that opportunity coming up in a year and a half now.
Right.
When a general election is called, we have that right. And I think where my support is, behind Pintard and Shannon Dawn and the FNM.
I think that's where a lot of people's support starting to go, if what the streets are saying are true. But we'll talk about it in the coming weeks, and we'll see where it goes. Appreciate you having you back, man. All the best for the new year. We'll do it again next Monday, man.
You too, bro. God bless.
Be safe.
You. God bless the Bahamas, man.
And hey, Cowboys home, Dolphins home. Hey, buddy, put your feet up and enjoy another year down the tubes in football.
I had no hope. I don't even know who I could pull for this thing.
Anyway, we'll figure something out. Be safe. We'll get to the break. Cuban Willie's immigration. I'm not a numerology report. All brought to you, of course, by the Island Game coming up. Then we'll get to the news. Flip side of the news in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll be talking sports. Got my crew from Four Seasons Race Management in the building. We'll be talking marathons. Pearlie will be in the building. We'll be talking sports. We'll be talking NFL. We'll be talking how them Pittsburgh Steelers backed into the Super Bowl. All coming up. Keep it right where you got it. The Monday, January 6th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
And abusing, I leave them with your friends. You burn a fire upon a weekend, Babylon and the free time.
Naughty Johnny's restaurant can only be described as the experience you want to recreate again and again and again. Their motto is simple food done well. You're welcome into their home at Naughty Johnny's, where you can dine on crack conch fritters, and other Bahamian favorites. There's also an international flair that's guaranteed to offer something for everyone. Enjoy a good meal and listen to a live band on their patio Friday and Saturday nights, or brunch on Saturday and Sunday, only at Naughty Johnny's restaurant in the Old Town Plaza, Old Fort. They're open 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday, and 10 a.m. to to 10 p.m. on Sunday. Naughty Johnny's. Well worth the trip.
The KFC chicken experts have done it again with the new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich, featuring a large 100% premium 120-gram white meat filet topped with cheddar cheese, smoky bacon, lettuce, tomato, and tangy red onions, all drizzled with ranch sauce and served on a toasted brioche bun. Choose original recipe or spicy, but don't wait. This mouth-watering masterpiece is only here for a limited time and only at your favorite KFC. The new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it, just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Wepa! Happy New Year! It's me, Cuban Willie Bagacho, with my numerology report brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. And today is Monday. And I have the lucky 3 ball for you today, the tres pelotas. 6, 7, 1. 6, 7, 1. Play it and win with the Island Game. Stay winning, my friend.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Lord have mercy. Whoa,
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Prestige Island Games, Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
I know they tried to use me and abuse me. I leave them with the brown. The work goes by so long on them plantation, and me never get paid. Or gold they stole away, how many life them slay. Now them work just slap them in them face. Why are yes, you and your crew can go too well. Cause after we know under you colonial spell, and all those false doctrine that you compel. Hey, and all those books you stole away, all those kids you led astray. Wait on your judgment day. Bobby Rock.
We're back at you in the 5 o'clock hour. 5:10 p.m. is the time, and the Monday, January 6th edition of Talking Heads. The first edition of Talking Heads for 2025 is on and popping. We're into the 5 o'clock hour. I have no stranger to the sports segment of the show. He even beat Pearly into the first edition of 2025. My neighbor, my good friend from Four Seasons Race Management, Mr. Marcel Major. Bob, what's going on, brother? Happy New Year. All the best to you and the fam, man. Hope you had a good holiday.
Yes, sir. Pearly, I got one up on you, Pearly. Thank you,
so I can leave you all to argue that, all right? But the race debate was off the chain.
It was totally amazing. And
now, out of the gate, we got
gate.
the Bahamas Association of the Physically Disabled doing their push-a-thon.
Yes, sir.
We got to talk about it. You got some guests here today. Who we got here today there, Marcel?
Yeah, we got Miss Jana from Jay's Johnson, and we got Miss Charlotte Albee, the president of the Bahamas Association for Physically Disabled.
Welcome, ladies. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Naughty. Happy New Year, Bahamas. Same
Now,
to you.
listen, I've heard about this push-a-thon years before. I've supported it in other radio incarnations. But before we get into this, I have to find out from my co-host Pearly. Is it a push-a-thon if we enter like a wagon this year with Pearly and the Brewskis in the wagon and I push him along? Can that work?
I don't think so. No.
Marcel, we've been working for the cooler category for 2 years, bro. Can
you know what?
do
I can have a
something?
special race just for that, just for you and Pearly to see if we can get you all to compete.
Yeah, man. I mean,
let's try to pull that off sometime in the middle of the year.
All right. But more importantly, glad to see that Jazz Johnson is involved. And, of course, the Bahamas Association of Physically Disabled has been doing this for a number of years, correct?
Correct. At least 25.
For a minute. Yeah.
Long
25.
time, yeah.
So obviously, it's been a successful event for 25 years. You got great sponsors like Jazz Johnson. What's the aim and the focus of the race?
It was basically thought through by my father, Sir Durwood Knowles, and he just wanted to get the
Oh,
kids.
Lord. Your nephew was just on for hours running his mouth.
Oh, boy.
So he wanted to get the kids out into the fresh air and just to give them something exciting to look forward to.
Right.
A lot of them are severely disabled, so they don't get out as other
As
children
much.
do. Right. So it was just something that he thought of. We go along. We had Barabbas, which was one of our first Junkanoo groups that came in and worked
And
with
Barabbas
us.
is always supported with the kids.
Very, very
Very
much.
smart.
Kids with Barabbas behind us and begging money from whoever would give it to us, tourists and locals alike. It's just a fun morning just to get the kids out, and the support that we've gotten has been overwhelming.
And the kids obviously look forward to it.
They do very much.
All right, and like you said, part proceeds go to benefit them throughout the year,
Throughout
correct?
the year, yes. It's our organization is privately owned. We get funding from government, very small amount, but they also provide us with teachers and teachers' aides. But we have a facility. We have 22 kids. We give them physiotherapy. We give them 2 hot meals a day. Everything is free to the parents. So we need this sort of...
And I think that helps normalize the process for the kids as well as the parents as well, right?
Exactly. It gives them something that's normal.
And then we got great corporate sponsors like J.S. Johnson on
Yes,
board.
which we're very grateful
Let us
for.
know the role that J.S. Johnson is playing this year.
Of course. I'm Jana Indy Johnson. I'm the marketing manager at J.S. Johnson. I oversee all aspects of marketing, inclusive of sponsorships and donations. We receive appeals from, different organizations and charitable entities throughout the year, and we strive to assist as many as we can in as many categories as possible, including the physically disabled. When Marcel came to us with the concept of this event, we embraced it. We stepped up as title sponsor, and we look forward to not just sponsoring, but participating in the Miracle Mile.
And let me just congratulate you on that for your marathons. You got some good sponsors, but you know how to schmooze it. Give me a dap right there, but you sharp, boy. You good. Yeah, just chipping arm thing. I know how you do it.
Yeah, we're putting it out there to the staff so that everybody can come out and support on Saturday, 10 a.m., leaving from Clifford Park East. We're excited about it. We can't wait to hit the road.
Indeed.
And like I said, Marcel, your role that you play in it, obviously 4 seasons synonymous with race management here in the country and facilitating, getting the races off, the runners involved, and now we got to get the pushers, if we can say that in a good way, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The pushers and the pushies. Volunteer for that if they're interested.
Just show up.
Yeah. Just show up, or they can...
See, because I got a buddy named Gary. They live in South Beach. We did some videos already together when they beat me playing dominoes for the blindfold challenge, right?
Right.
I think I got to go look Gary up. Gary had some nice wheels on his mobile. I think maybe I need to partner up with Gary and get Gary in a race. And I might put a little cooler on the Gary situation. And see, Gary will run distraction from me because Gary's my boy.
Right.
All right, yeah, I need to break out that video, man. Yeah. But I'm glad to know that it's something that the kids could be involved with because, we look at 2 ends of the spectrum in society, the young and the old. And then we further ignore the disabled in the young and the old portion of society. So I think it's good that people are getting out there, making them feel part of society, like it's their day, it's their Super Bowl, they can look forward to it. And it's a great way for people to donate impulsively in the moment because, come on, your heart goes out.
It definitely does. And these kids are amazing. They are smiling all the time with what they've been dealt. It just warms your heart. When you see them, they just are really, really special in their own way.
Indeed.
And we want the public to know it's free.
Right.
It's free to participate. Come out. The first 100 persons will get a free hat and a medal for participating. And as you come down along the route, you're going to have the bottles if you want to, solicit funds to help aid the kids. It's all there. It's all going down this Saturday at 10 a.m., starting from Clifford Park East.
You cannot miss it this Saturday, folks, all right? Get out there, support it. Even if you just want to make a donation.
Correct.
Support it. As they pass by, make sure to be in a position to get your donation in. Or if you want to get a donation ahead of time, how do they get in touch with you?
Best that they call Bahamas Association Physically Disabled.
Okay.
And we can let,
Right.
whether it be money or their time, we'll take anything.
What's the number?
And what's the number?
Now you've done it.
Y'all pull up y'all figure out the number, but Marcel, obviously this is something that we need to continue supporting.
It is. What it is Naughty is that 4 seasons now is really giving back. We do 4 races a year, and we figure if, we want to be a philanthropic company as well. So we decided that one of these races, instead of always going to corporate Bahamas, trying to help us to sponsor our events, we decided to be the sponsor of an event.
There you go.
And we chose the Bahamas Association because I had an opportunity to visit the children. Man, not if you was to go
They
there.
would get. I've met some of them over the years. They would get to you, right?
They would get to you. They're like
And some of that, and you know me, I love a sense of humor. If I could find a sense of humor in a kid and we could connect on that level, I don't care
Man, it's
what you're
just-
going through. We on that level. You all right with me?
It's just so amazing. If you walk in there, you know, like when you.
And I'm not responsible if that vocabulary changes. If the joke is wild, it's not me. We just having a laugh.
If you walk in there, you know, like how when they say the father have his daughter wrap around his finger. That's
Mm-hmm.
the same type of feeling. Even though I don't have a daughter, it's the same type of feeling you would get when you walk in that physically disabled
Kids
building.
nowadays, whether they daughters or sons, got you wrapped around the
Right,
finger.
it
I
was
mean,
an
my 2
amazing-
sons got me wrapped around the pillar and the post, but yeah, I'm wrapped.
And so we're back, and we've made the event a free event for all those running enthusiasts. All you have to do is go on our website, fourseasonsracemanagement.com, register. And then the first, like Jana said, that the first 100 participants receive a. Well, this is an amazing hat. This is not no fly by night.
No, and
Check that
I
hat
like the
out.
artist to Michael Jackson, you see?
Everybody, the first
boy,
100.
look here.
The first 100 receives a hat, and then those that finish the first 100 to come back into the race village receives this medal that we have here.
And you know you
This
got to
ain't
bring
no
me
little-
medal every time you come.
That's a bling.
Because I won't lie, I when nobody around at the house, I show off. I'm like, yeah, these are the 4 or 5 marathons I participated in over the years. You know how I go. I don't just run my mouth, you know, I run the course.
We know how we do this.
Yeah.
But also, always saying is register for free, but when you come, bring a handsome donation. We're going to have cash bottles there for you to put some funds in to go towards the day-to-day operation.
And
of the
and
Bahamas
listen,
Association for the
you could
physically
do the
disabled.
change, but you know, this 2024,
Yeah,
we
man. Bring
digital, we trying to be out of change. We want paper money, man.
Yeah, man.
Throw
Yeah,
some
man.
marlin
Bring
in
some of
there,
them
man.
off.
You know what I mean? Drop
Bring
a
some
couple-
80 dollars nowadays.
Yeah, and throw some Milo butter in there every now and again if it's slow, you know. But if things good, you know, go for the gusto.
Or something.
There you go.
But it's a pleasure to give back. My wife and I we're so happy to know that we can give back, and we're inviting the public to also.
It makes it all the much worth giving an opportunity to give back, because if you don't pay it forward, what are you doing it for?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But I appreciate you guys stopping by, and of course, you know, you always got a platform here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Bahamas Association
Appreciate
physically
you.
did it, but whatever you need, let me know, please.
I will. You'll be
All right.
sorry you said that to me.
No, I won't. Because we were talking earlier about the handicap, you know, and I got a couple ideas that I think we need to get together on in a campaign that might be able to work for that.
Sounds good.
And then obviously, you know my late aunt, Kay Thompson. I mean,
Oh,
come
yes,
on.
yes,
You know my
yes,
aunt Kay.
yeah.
I mean, so you know.
Yeah.
Chip don't fall far from the block. I making noise for the handicap walking. And this push-a-thon is very important to me. So know that every year that you do it, as long as I'm in a position to get it out there,
Right.
I will. And I will do my best to come by and make my donation.
We
And if
hope
I
you
can't
can
make
join
it,
us.
he round the corner from me. I'll
Yeah.
send my
All
donation.
right.
It'll be all good.
So just let me publicly thank J.S. Johnson for coming on board. We're very appreciative of it. And then thank Ms. Charlotte Albee for allowing Four Seasons to partner with them to pull off this amazing event. So Saturday coming at 10 a.m. That's not the usual walking time. It's 10 a.m. We're going to be led downtown by the Bahamas United Youth Band.
There you go.
And they graciously came on board once they realized what the cause was for. They say, man, we can be there. And so we are very happy to be able to pull this event off. We're looking forward to the public to come on down. It's free. Free tanks. Anybody
And
give you free tanks?
I know Pearlie zoomed in. Pearlie still no push category for me and you, but we working on something. We might have an end this year.
The way these knees going, you might just have it.
God, yeah, it might. Now we need to do a running, line on the show. Whose knee is gonna need replacement first, mine or yours?
Boy, I don't know.
We could do something with the Island Gambler now and run a parlay. You know what I mean? Run some odds.
Yeah, that sounds like a game. That sounds like a plan.
There you go. But I'm gonna wrap up now, Pearlie, with our guests, and obviously on the flip side of the break, we'll pick it up. But I want to thank you guys for stopping by again. Like you say, whatever the Bahamas Association, have a great promotion. J.S. Johnson is supporting in the future, especially philanthropically. Let me know.
Of course.
Marcel, you ain't no stranger. I can see you when I see you, man. I see you in the hood.
Yes,
You know how we do it.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year
Thank
to
you
you and
very
the wife,
much,
too,
man.
and keep up the great job you're
Thank
doing
you,
with
sir.
Four
Thank you.
Seasons. We're going to take the first break, flip side of the break. We'll get back in it. We'll be talking football, post-mortem on the Cowboys, the Dolphins, the 49ers, all us losers who didn't make the playoffs. And then we'll talk about who we might see go to the Super Bowl. We'll talk some NBA. And we'll have a great Final 15 to take you home today, all right? It is the first one of the year. So far, so good. Good stuff. Everybody who's called in, chimed in, texted in. Quick break, flip side of the break. We'll pick it up. Keep it right where you got it.
Slap them in them face. Why are you? You are your crook and go too well. Cause after we know under you colonial spell. And all those false doctrine that you compel. Hey!
NRG is nutrition. Check out our world-famous smoothies, signature quinoa dishes. We have the best salad and breakfast fit for a king and his queen. Open for breakfast, lunch, and now dinner. Each order is made with love and the highest quality ingredients and is nutritionally balanced. Visit any or Bay, open until 7:30 p.m. West Bay Street and Gladstone Road in the Monrose Complex. Open until 4 p.m. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at NRG Bahamas. NRG, nutrition ready to go.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Pinder is carrying a new line of tile, the Sky series of porcelain. Comes in 4 colors, Sky Noir, Sky Azure, Sky Goudlance. In this particular tile, I think you'll find coin gray, silver gray, cloud gray, and gray. All of these are seamlessly blended to make the Sky Glance one beautiful tile. The Sky series of porcelain comes in 2 formats, 24 by 24 at $5.30 a square foot and 12 by 24 at $5.25 a square foot.
Crunch your KFC craving with a KFC value box for just $9.95. Get a piece of our golden fried chicken, crispy fries, cheesy mashed potatoes, 3 juicy all-white meat nuggets, a buttery biscuit, a sweet dessert biscuit, and a 16-ounce soda, all for just $9.95. Now that's a deal. Order online or WhatsApp hi to 557-3663 to grab your KFC value box today. Big flavor, bigger value, and always KFC. Finger licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Lord have mercy. Whoa, 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 well. People na fire, pana we got Babylon and the free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Me bona fire, pana we got Babylon and the free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. The work goes for so long on them plantation, and me never get paid. We're
back at you on the Monday, January 6th edition of Talking Heads. We're into the 5 o'clock hour. Let me take this call real quick.
And of course, Guardian Radio and Poily.
There you go, man. What's going on, Brayman?
All right, you man, holding, caught a little draft, rushing, kind of. Yeah,
it sound like you've been out there in the late breeze, in the cool morning breeze.
Right. But Naughty, what I want to ask you also, right? You listening?
I'm listening.
Your grand still have horses down in his yard out west.
Boy, listen here. Now, see, listen, this will begin talk. My grandpa had numerous, K.M. Thompson had numerous champion racehorses at the Hobby Horse Hall.
I know, right?
Right, and obviously when that closed, he got rid of the horses. We didn't have the horses anymore. Still got the trophies. Still got all the clippings. Still got all of that, the keepsakes. But yeah, that was my grandpa, KM, and I Need a Laundry. And yes,
right,
he was one of the premier racehorse owners in the country. I think his best horse probably would have been Asavachi, a completely dark horse, black horse named Asavachi because...
I know them. I used to be down there in the yard also.
Another one was Don Lopez, that my uncle owned.
Something else I wanted to ask.
I mean, my aunt owned.
Got away from me. But anyhow, Naughty. Oh, Lord, it got away from me.
But now that
anyhow, Naughty, you have a godly
No, but
New Year,
listen, before
and
you
all the
before
best
you
to
hang up,
okay?
I got a
And
question
of
for
course,
you.
your family.
And I appreciate it and all the best to you and yours, but I got a question for you before you hang up.
Mm-hmm.
Would you get the support of your family if I were to initiate that a statue be put in front of one of our local sporting facilities for the late, great Elijah Obed? Because I fought too long without the recognition he deserves.
Well, you know, I don't think my family would disagree, but, you know, he also left a wife and some children. He have about 11 children.
All right.
Yeah, so, you know, oh, boy, if you could get in contact with them.
No, see, I've always been talking about it. Pearlie agrees with me that there should be some tribute paid. And I think we want to do it right. I mean, you don't want to just do things without the permission of the family or having them involved. But I think he's a hero, a sports legend. And I think that at the time he captured those titles, that was some of the best boxers in that division worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
And to talk about the legacy that he had with Angelo Dundee,
Chris Dundee.
I mean, come on, there's a legacy there. Those were the same people that trained Muhammad Ali.
Right. Well, you know, I remembered him and Muhammad Ali had an exhibition here in Nassau one year.
Oh yeah,
I was ringside for that.
Okay.
I was ringside for that. I witnessed that.
I got you. Yeah, well, Pearlie and Naughty, it's no problem with my family. You know, my mother died, my dad died, so it's only our brothers and sisters
but
now.
when you talk to the family, let them know, man. Me and Pearlie interested in doing that, man. That's something that if we could get it done, we'd love to get it done.
Well, when we get together for this holiday sometime, I'll talk to them about it. But, you know, his wife and children, I don't think all his children would be there. And he has 11 children.
But whoever could be there, we try and make it happen. And I want to thank you for bringing up good memories of my grandpa today, man. Put a smile on my face.
Yeah, well, thank you.
That was my buddy, man. I love my pa. That was my boy.
Naughty, I miss him for having the laundry, man. That's what's the main dry cleaners.
That was one of the biggest and the best, one of the first in the country, man. And it provided a lot of jobs.
Friend calls for Mason's Edition.
Stop it. That was
Yes,
branch
man.
number 6. That's branch number 6.
Yeah, and in the Gregory building.
Yes, sir.
To the bottom of East Street Hill.
Yes, sir. You know what you're
Right.
talking about.
Anyhow,
I appreciate you, my brother.
All the best to you and Pearlie, and continue doing the great work you are doing.
Hey, as long as the Lord give us strength, we'll do it, my brother.
Amen for that. Thank you.
All right, take care, baby, and Happy New Year, man. All the best to you and yours. Yeah, Pearlie. Now we got a lot to talk about now, Pearlie.
Yes, sir.
Let's call all Dolphins, all Cowboys, all 49ers, Bears, everybody. I mean, come on, we got a lot. All us in the losers' lounge, in the losers' saloon.
Yeah, I got my cigar and my drinks. I good.
I'm just waiting for the draft. It's all about the draft for me now. That's what I'm talking about.
I see the first mock draft guy y'all taking the wide.
Yeah, the Durden kid, the Burden kid from Missouri. He's a freak athlete, but as of now, like today, I'm hearing some more talks. And number 12, legitimately, we got a shot at Genty.
Okay.
And you know something, Pearlie? You could not. He is eerily reminiscent of Emmitt Smith to me.
Yeah.
Not too fast. Does everything right. Blocks, catches the ball out of the backfield, runs between the tackles, scores touchdowns. Could break it away.
Yeah, reads the holes very well.
For not having that breakaway speed, but he's very reminiscent of Emmitt Smith to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's a kid
And I
from
think the
Frisco,
Dolphins-
Texas, right down the street.
Yes, he is. I think the Dolphins looking at Mbu or something like that. Ahmad Mbu, kid from Missouri, our offensive lineman, tackle, and they said he's NFL ready.
Wow. So we'll see. And I think y'all got some housekeeping to do as well, too, in Miami, as well as us in Dallas.
Well, I see Tyreek Hill running on, but he's going with his family. I talking, how you going to run with family and you got your bag? You got your bag. You got your $30+ million. Now you mad because you ain't made the playoffs. Say that. But don't say what you have to do is best for your family, and you don't do what's best for your
I was
family.
I was about to talk about that, but you went there. Do you think it's buyer's remorse that he got his agent to get him the big money from Miami and he rushed to Miami when he fully wanted to stay in Kansas City all the time?
I may have been that, but I don't think. I think
because this reeks of
pettiness.
Yeah.
Oh, and you see Kansas City's, he missed a step without him. And Miami had its challenges. Miami had its challenges, and I understand that, but you made a decision. Live with your decision, be a man, but you have to do. So what you going to do? If I was Miami, I'd trade him to New England or some team like that, a lowly team. He just ain't going to make the playoffs for the next couple of years.
I don't know, boy. Yeah, they might do that, but then Kansas City might just jump in and give you something and say, hey.
Give you what? A 30th pick? 32nd pick? I need nothing.
I don't know.
32nd or 65th pick? Or 100th and 100th pick if it's a third rounder? What you getting?
This is true. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Yeah, Naughty. Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year, Muff. What's going on, man? All the best, bro.
Yeah, to you and MJ and the whole family. And
Thank you, man. And all the best to you and yours.
You know what? I'm no bragging. Naughty and Chris T.M. Lewis, me and Pearly T.M. Lewis, Eric Sayer, T.M. Lewis. No one get bragging right.
Nope.
But hey, they need to change the Washington name again, man. They need to change that to the Washington Comebacks. That's what they need to change that to, man. Because the backup quarterback and the quarterback get carry on like that. Hey, but Naughty, that Atlanta quarterback too. Wait.
Penix, I think Penix could be nasty in the long run.
But he could be dangerous, boy.
And I think old boy had a resurgence in. Hold on, I think old boy had a resurgence in Carolina too. Bryce Young finished strong.
He looked good, eh?
Yes, he did. He sure did.
But he looked good enough for his half. Yeah, Minnesota, but they might have lost last week because you couldn't beat the Lions. They got
I don't think anybody could beat the Lions.
I think the Lions, they playing. They got the look in their eye.
Yeah. But
Stop. Thank you. I just got to interrupt, fellas. I got to interrupt. This is great news. Thank you, Jesus. The Bears have requested an interview with Mike McCarthy, who is now a free agent head coach without a contract. He could just get out of there. Sorry about that, fellas. Sorry about that.
Let's do ESPN. I was watching on the ESPN, too.
I'm doing a chair dance. I'm doing a chair dance right now. I'm doing the gator. Yes, I'm doing it.
Coach get fired too. The Jaguars coach get fired.
Out of there.
Yeah, but hell, I always talking with Tyree Hill. The same thing with Jimmy Buckets too, man. If you don't go, glad they suspended him for 7 games, man. So
hey, y'all took that man's joy in Miami. That man don't have no joy playing basketball no more. Y'all took his joy.
Yeah, man. So what? The team is bigger than you. But probably what I going to say to the Dolphins, man, we need to restructure the whole team, man. They ain't disciplined. How much penalties they had in that Bears game? Was it about 31 penalties and things, man? That's the problem too, man. They need to be more disciplined.
They need to be more disciplined. We need to get Rickenberg, Robert Jones.
You need some better coaching too.
We need to get rid of the three offensive linemen or free agents. Let them go.
But you know why I say Hill could go?
Let Holland go.
Let Tyree Hill now, man. He can't wait than Tyree Hill, man. Where the Dolphins would have been this year without him?
Without who?
Johnny Smith.
Jonnu Smith is. I was just gonna say your best receiver is Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, but he was brought there for the very reason, knowing that they were going to take away Waddle and Hill's speed, and McDaniels wanted a tight end who could hit underneath, and that's exactly what Jonnu Smith brought. Jonnu Smith just didn't get the love in Atlanta that he should have.
Yeah, man.
He was considered.
For Saturday and Sunday. We tell you all call them. But some good. I like all the matchups and things. The Texans with the Texans, Green Bay. I like all the matchups for this weekend. Yeah, then let someone else get it, man. Y'all be safe, guys. We can link.
Good to hear from you, Muff. Have a great 2025, bro. We appreciate you and all your contributions. So, Purdy, we got a good final 15 today or so. It comes from the facility with Acho and Shady McCoy. Doug Peterson, Gerard Mayo, gone. Brian Dable stays. Antonio Pierce, could he be out now? Could Mike McCarthy be gone? The coaching carousel and where they're going to end up starts today. And the facility's done a great breakdown of some of the coaches that could get some of these early jobs, moving from one team that they got fired from to another.
Why would they get? I don't understand? Antonio Perez getting fired. That's the Raiders, right?
That might be because on Shedeur Sanders and Dion, that might happen in Vegas.
Who is the number one pick now?
The number one pick in the draft now, I think. Let me double check.
Because in New England going from the number one to...
That's why Mayo got fired.
Probably so.
That would probably... It might be Carolina. All right. NFL draft order set with the top 18 picks. It's set with the Titans drafting number 1. The Cleveland Browns drafting number 2. New York Giants number 3. New England Patriots number 4. Jacksonville Jaguars, number 5. Las Vegas Raiders, number 6. New York Jets, number 7. Carolina Panthers, number 8. New Orleans Saints, number 9. Chicago Bears, number 10. The San Francisco 49ers, number 11. Dallas Cowboys, number 12. Miami Dolphins, number 13. Indianapolis Colts, number 14. Atlanta Falcons, number 15. Arizona Cardinals, number 16. Cincinnati Bengals, number 17. Seattle Seahawks, number 18. Now, projected order for picks 19 through 32 will be determined by the playoffs. 20 is Pittsburgh, 21 is Houston, along with the Rams at 22, Tampa Bay at 23, Chargers at 24, Washington at 25, the Packers at 26, Eagles at 27, Bills at 28, Ravens 29, Vikings 30, Lions 31, Kansas City 32.
Okay.
But those teams have to be seeded via the playoffs.
How they lose, right. So the reason why I'm questioning the Raiders firing Antonio Perez, I could understand your argument if they had the number 1 pick. Tennessee needs a quarterback. Tennessee has the number 1 pick. They're going to go for Sanders. So what does that mean?
Do you think Dion can make it in Tennessee?
I don't know. Tennessee, I mean, they're not that far away from a pretty good team. This may be the answer.
This may be the answer. Quarterback. They got a good defense. They got some pieces on offense. You might be right there, Purdy.
And then it shows the next pick with Cam Ward. It means that Cleveland may be giving up on Watson.
When I hear there's going to be competition, they're going to ride it out because of the money, but they are going to bring competition in. All right.
Then I think the Giants will go, it's going to be interesting to see.
We got a bevy of basketball games to pick tonight, Boy Purdy, so buckle up for that. Let me get this text in and this call in real quick. Naughty, my grandfather, Joe Grammatico, owned Coast Guard, which won the Asavachi Trophy, or the Asavachi Cup. I have the pick with KM in it, too, and the trophy still to this day. Good stuff. And I got a ton of his trophies as well, too, including the Lord Carnarvon Trophy. And if anybody's familiar with Lord Carnarvon, he was the one who dug up King Tut's tomb and discovered King Tut. Naughty asked Pearly if it's time to blow up the Dolphins and get rid of Tyreek and Tua and start all over again.
I don't think, see, it's no use getting rid of Tua if you ain't gonna find nobody better. So let's put that out the picture. All right, I could let Hill go because what Achan has brought to the team and what's out there in wide receivers, and you could take that same money, that same $30 million, and improve, get yourself safeties, get yourself an edge rusher, get yourself offensive lineman. So you can spend that money better and get a solid team. Because right now you're a 8-9, 9-8 team. Why spend that money if you're gonna be in that anyway?
Correct. Let's get to the score real quick. Talking Heads.
Yeah, bless up, Naughty, bless up, Pearly. Give thanks.
Hey, boy, 52. Your Steelers Happy New Year, boy. You're 52. They reversing in the playoffs.
Full speed backwards.
I even stopped. I watched the Beast of Pearl some game, right? And so, I mean, how it go. But, with our game, I just want you all to do a little knowledge. I was so upset. I think I stopped watching from the third, Pearly. I get mad because, like Naughty say, it's snowing. They come in our homeland, and they punch us in our mouth. And really, to me, I just want you and Pearly to say that for me, I think we really faced the toughest team in the last game, in game 16, week 16, because Joe Burrow, you know what time it is. If Joe Burrow could beat us, he could beat anyone. So, I think we get a sack and a fumble a little early on, but I think, that was a pre-game show I was watching. I get excited, then the fella tell me the game come on 8 o'clock, so I was kind of lost. But anyhow, I watched with them, Naughty. I didn't like what I see. How much losses it is straight, Billy?
4 straight to reverse into the playoffs.
The playoff with 4 straight, so I said, man, I ain't into them, man. But anyway, I still a Steeler. I still is a Steeler, even though I ain't certain. Give thanks.
The problem with Pittsburgh is Pickens needs help.
He needs another receiver. Another thing they
threat.
did was trade Deontay Johnson at the beginning of the year. If they kept Deontay Johnson to go with Pickens, they would have been fine.
Yeah. That's the problem. So if they could pick up a good wide receiver and another good, maybe a veteran slot receiver, they'd be all right.
All right, Pearly, here we go. And, the picks all brought you, of course, by the Island Game. And I got to remind everybody, in addition, the NFL season's over, but you still got the wild card weekend. You still got the AFC and NFC divisional round, the AFC and NFC championships, and the Super Bowl. And now, in addition to that, college basketball is upon us, men's and women's college basketball. March Madness is around the corner. Get your brackets ready. The NBA is in full swing. You got the NHL going on for you. You got European soccer, La Liga, the Premier League, Bundesliga to choose from. There's definitely a ton of ways to play and win with the Island Game. It doesn't end with football. There's so much more to play and win with, and they always remind you to play responsibly. And congratulations to Gaylord Newbold. Yes, he is the winner of the grand prize. Him and a guest are going to the Super Bowl in New Orleans, all expense paid trip, courtesy of the Island Games. They got a meet and greet with the players. They got the branded bag session going on. They got tickets to the Super Bowl. They got tickets to all the events going on pre-Super Bowl. And he's a Dallas Cowboy fan.
He's a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan.
And he's a good dude, and I am happy that he won. I'm glad he took my advice to sign up with the Island Game. I'm glad it panned out for him. And like I said, we didn't do anything as a team this year, the Cowboys, but Gaylord, go watch the Super Bowl. Some Cowboys will be in attendance, do the meet and greet, get your pictures with the boys. MJ and I have been blessed enough to go to the Super Bowl on several occasions. We know what a good time you're going to have, and it's great to be affiliated with a great sponsor like the Island Game that gives out great prizes like this, that rewards their customers, that rewards their clients. This is an awesome time. They gave away $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 leading up to it. And now the all-expense paid trip. So hats off to Erica Lang and the crew down there at the Island Game, the whole team down there, man. Big up, big up, big up, big up. And we ready to do big things. And yes, look out, your basketball videos coming. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'll hook you up with your NBA, how to play, who to pick, and how to win. All right? All right. Now, with all of that being said, Pearly, I also want to let you know that I'm proud of you as a fantasy football player. You didn't bring any gold home, but you got 2 seconds in 2 leagues. And I appreciate you. You played well. It could have gone either way, but you did a great job.
It was a battle. I got a third in my family league, so I can't be ungrateful this year.
I could not defend the press box championship, but hats off to Big Mike Wilson. Big Mike won it. Kudos to Big Mike. He's played in the league for a number of years. He's come close before. Got it this year.
Thought I had him.
I know, Pearly, I was rooting for you. I remain the only two-time champion in that league. And speaking of 2 times, I'm also back-to-back in Shark Ball. That Eastern Road League right there, Pearly. You know what I'm talking about? Back-to-back, all in the... Anyway, I almost said a Joker's wild word. But yeah, back-to-back.
Let's get to these picks, please.
Highest scoring team in the league. Yeah, man. And Jamar Gibbs. Let me tell you, man, even if I don't have him on my team, he won it for me 2 weeks in a row. My team next year will be named Jamar Gibbs, and Jamar takes away.
Man, he was good. He was awesome.
He did. He really, really did. All right, Pearly, let's get to these NBA picks real quick, and then we'll be up out of here. Real quick, rapid fire. Here we go. Suns and the Sixers. I like the Suns minus the 1 on the road against the Sixers. Sixers got some injuries. Bradley Beal traded to the Miami Heat today, too, by the way.
I like the Suns.
Trailblazers, 6.5 against the Pistons. I like the Pistons at home. I'll take them in the money line. I don't like this line at all.
We just beat up on them, the Blazers. I'll take the Pistons on the money line.
Pacers and the Nets. Nets plus 11. Pacers minus 11 favorites. I'll take the Pacers in the money line to win, but that 11's a lot of money, a lot of points right there.
I like them in the points. They can score. And the Nets, I like them.
Milwaukee Bucks been playing horrible basketball lately. They just happened to take on the Toronto Raptors tonight. I think they get it done, but I don't think they cover the 6.5. You could take Toronto with that 6.5 and still get lucky if they lose.
I'll take Toronto with the 6.5.
Orlando Magic plus 11.5 against the New York Knicks. Orlando's injured, injury prone. They're depleted. No Wagner, no Paolo Banchero. Suggs is injured, so I'm going to go with the Knicks in the money line tonight, too.
The Knicks really starting to play good basketball.
But they're horrible against the spread, Pearly.
They are. They have been horrible against the spread, but I'm feeling them tonight. I'm feeling them in the points tonight.
The Grizzlies -5 over the Mavericks. The Mavericks are injury riddled. No Doncic, no Washington. Yeah, I like the Grizzlies at home -5 to get it done.
Miranda's out tonight too. So
yeah, but the Grizzlies still a more healthier unit than the Mavericks. Timberwolves by 2.5 over the Clippers. I like the Timberwolves 2.5 at home for sure.
Me too. I'll go with you.
Spurs 3.5 over the Bulls. Give me Wemby and the 3.5. I watched him beat up on Denver the other night, and trust me, that Spurs team is coming.
They're coming. They are. I go
Sacramento
Spurs.
Kings -3 against the Miami Heat on the road. I like the Kings at home -3.
I like that. I like that too. I see the Heat may be. I see you talking about deal, but they also may be putting on a 3-way deal with the Warriors, and Jimmy Bucket's going to the Warriors, and Buddy Hield coming to Miami.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. That all remains to be seen. Good stuff as always. You got to get to the break. Flip side of the break. You know, Sam Acho, Shady McCoy taking us home, man. The facility, all right? Head coaching carousel has already started. Who's going to end up where? It's all coming up, man. Great stuff, everybody who chimed in and called in and texted in. We'll do it again tomorrow, man. For Pearly, for MJ, for all the guests, Mr. Super Producer, we up out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Be good, Bahamas, and if you can't be good at it.
Ciao, ciao.
Abuse me, I leave them with the brown. The work goes by so long on them plantation.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want to look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, want to step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Make your morning sizzle with breakfast from Burger King Nassau. Enjoy not one, but 2 delicious sausage and cheese croissantwiches made just for you for only $5.75 including VAT. This breakfast classic is made with Burger King's savory sizzling sausage and melted American cheese on that classic buttery croissant you love. So say hello to Sizzlin' Mornings at Burger King with 2 sausage and cheese croissantwiches for only $5.75 including VAT. Only at Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
You're listening to Talkin' Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio 9 FM.
Lord have mercy. Whoa, well.
3 seasons. Remember, he does have Trevor Lawrence's only playoff win. Chase, I believe you were on the football field.
Don't bring that up, bro.
Sorry.
You bring it up enough in this
They were down maybe 28-0, made a miraculous comeback.
35-7, Acho. We scored 7 at halftime. Give us some points.
Shady, make your point. Did Doug Peterson deserve to be fired?
No. And I keep talking about the league is confused right now. All we want to do is just get a quarterback, right? Because he plays the position, he's up for his contract, and if wherever he's drafted high at, we got to keep him. And now the results of that is look at Doug Peterson getting fired. Doug Peterson's a really, really good coach. He's a winning coach. He comes from Andy Reid tree, so you know what that's about, right? If you look at his whole path, now he's actually one of the coordinators that coach for the Chiefs that actually call plays. Yeah. Okay? He does that well, then he goes to Philadelphia. What's he do there? He wins a championship. He don't win it with Carson Wentz. He was with Nick Foles. You get what I'm saying? Then he goes to Jacksonville. They say, okay, we need somebody to save our quarterback because he's really not that good, but we took him number 1 pick overall, so we got to do something about it. You bring him in there, he helps Trevor Lawrence out, but how much can you help a guy that's not that good, right? And then you pay these quarterbacks, you give them all this money, and now when they don't do it because they're not that good of a player, and now you got to blame somebody. Who do you blame? Let's blame the head coach. But you're going to blame a winning head coach that's been winning his whole life. It don't make sense. That's why I'm saying the league is messed up because now we just go out there and pay these guys. The same issues happening in Miami Dolphins, right? Tua forever he was regular as regular can be his first couple years. They get a really good coach to get some nice weapons in there, and now, okay, let's get our quarterback, right? We try to save the day. They have some good moments, whatever. They go to playoffs, they get smoked because the quarterback's not that good. He's hurt every other year. He's not playing well. So now the result of that is your head coach gets fired. I can go into so many different things because you're not going to blame the quarterback. Let's go back to making these guys earn it. Listen, bro, if I'm going to pay you this type of money and be a franchise quarterback, you got to earn that. And then when you earn that, you won't have good coaches getting fired. Yeah. Because now you got to go on this whole coaching research to find a good coach. When you already have one, and then you go out there, you might make a mistake because you're trying to find something to help out your quarterback. And it's sad because I know Doug Peterson personally. I remember when my Hall of Fame game, they played the Jaguars. Yeah. And I told him before the game, and I won't say on TV what we talked about, but me and him, we both understood what's going on. I said, Doug, good luck with everything. Because they got you under so much pressure. You got to cover up for how bad and overrated your quarterback is. It don't matter what coach you bring in there for Trevor Lawrence. It could be Urban Meyer from college that was really, really successful. It could be a Doug Peterson that's been really, really successful. It don't matter. Now, if you get Andy Reid, it might be different. But anybody else, they can't save Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. Yeah. He's not a good player.
I think it was a mistake. I have unique perspective on this because in 2013, I got signed as a free agent to the Kansas City Chiefs, and it was Doug Peterson's first year as an offensive coordinator under Andy Reid. Spent 3 years with him in the meeting room every single day.
Come on now.
2016, first time he got hired as a head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. Who did Doug Peterson sign in free agency?
He called your boy.
Me. With her as an offensive coordinator, I think it's a mistake. He's got a Super Bowl pedigree. Look, I understand the results on the field, specifically the last 22 games, has not been good. But let's not make a mistake. 2022 and 2023, he had winning seasons in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
That is hard to do. 9-8 playoff win against us. They came back, they did that. And I know last year they started really, really well, and then they collapsed, and it's followed on to this year. I'm surprised that Trent Baalke, the GM, is safe, to be completely honest with you. Because in my opinion, I would rather have Doug Peterson running the franchise.
Absolutely.
And this is just a cycle in the NFL. Like, what have you done for me lately? Very little owners want to just like wait and build the climb. And that's what happened with Doug Peterson. So I don't think he deserves to get fired. My answer is no.
Mm-hmm. My answer is no as well. I mean, all these organizations want overnight success. Everybody wants a coach to come in there and turn it around in 1 year like Harbaugh and see where it goes, and then the next year go to the Super Bowl. And then, he's had one losing season in 3 years. He dealt with a lot of injuries this year, including the quarterback that you think is not good, but he was his best option, and he didn't have it. I don't think he's like that either. But he was his best option. He better than Mac Jones. So you're out there with a dude with a bunch of injuries on your football team and not your quarterback. At least with your quarterback, you've shown that I'm gonna have it with Trevor Lawrence. I believe Doug Peterson's a heck of a head coach. I've seen what he did in Philadelphia as a head coach. He's a champion. 2 winning seasons in Jacksonville after he took over for a guy that really tore the whole place up, signing Tebow and all type of people. He had the whole building, everybody fired. So Doug Peterson's a heck of a football coach, and it sucks because I don't agree with just one losing season, you lose your job. I don't. I know it's a cutthroat business, but I don't believe in that, man. Let these dudes go out there, continue to put their rosters together, and have an opportunity to compete,
Let me ask y'all this,
though.
Don't y'all think something has to be done for the fact that last year, and Andy, I'll need help with this off camera, Jacksonville started 8-5. Yeah. They were winning the division. I believe they lost maybe 3 out of the next 4 games, 4 out of the next 5 games. So if you do end up including this season, Jacksonville likely has been maybe 4-18 or 5-18. So if they lost 5 of 6 to end the season last year, that means, if I'm doing this math off the top of my head, they are 9-19 in their last 20-some-odd games. Yeah. Don't you have to do something?
But this is my only thing, because I cover the Raiders a lot. What do you expect these coaches to do with bad quarterback play? Give me one bad quarterback in the playoffs right now.
I guess the suggestion then is you would turn a bad quarterback into a good one, a la Sam Darnold. That would be the suggestion. That would be the hope. You would turn a bad quarterback into a good one. You would maximize the skill set of a quote-unquote bad quarterback. Russell Wilson, Sean Payton said, you're not good enough to win here. Mike Tomlin found a way, though they've lost 4 games in a row, to win it. Sam Darnold, everybody said you're not good enough to win here. Kevin O'Connell said, hey, you're good enough to win here. The suggestion would be you would take that bad quarterback and you would make him a better quarterback.
And he took that bad quarterback and won a playoff game. And he took that bad quarterback and had another winning season. That's all I'm saying. This is his first losing season.
He's a bad quarterback.
I don't know, man.
But like I know how to keep going back into it, but there needs to be some type of like criteria where, like sometimes in basketball, certain players can get a lot of money if the team likes them or whatever and they want them, but they can get even more money if they make some MVP or they make first team all NBA. They ain't saying that in the NFL. Like, how these guys making all this elite crazy money? You're not even a Pro Bowl or All-Pro player. Yeah. How do you deserve that?
That's incredibly well
And then when
said.
you don't get that, dudes like Doug Priest is a really good coach.
And really quick, who's the coach of the year this year?
Kevin O'Connell.
Right? And ain't that crazy that Andy Reid sitting over here at 15-1 and my man Dan Campbell sitting here at 15-2.
Beat him twice.
And he is, because he took a quarterback that we don't think is good and turned him into a good quarterback. You understand what I'm saying? So it's tough to win without good quarterbacks in the National Football League.
Let's move. Another example. It's a really, really good quarterback. I watched Josh Allen. I played with him in Buffalo. Josh was so talented. Josh played better when he was with Brian Daboll. Yeah. It was a trust factor. He designed the plays for Josh. You go to New York. Daniel Jones is awful. We all know that. His best year was just okay, but he took him to the playoffs and they won because Brian Daboll and Saquon Barkley. If you give him some players and give him some time, he can do some different things, but you can't win without a quarterback.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And you pay a quarterback that's not that good because of a good coach that played with him. That's the issue with this whole league.
Chase, right decision, wrong decision?
It's the right decision to keep him.
He's a good coach, man.
I think he's a great coach, actually. Do we forget what he did with Josh Allen? My thing is, and this is going to come back to every one of these head coach openings, do whatever you can to find your franchise quarterback, whether it's Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, whether it's free agency, whether it's a blockbuster trade. You will get fired next year if you don't win and make the playoffs. You will not win and make the playoffs unless you find your franchise quarterback. That should be the first and foremost thing they will do.